us. Choices that actually work.
You thought I was late. No, I'm not late. I'm right on time. Wherever I am, that's where I'm supposed to be. Brother R.A. in the house at 1:14 and 17 seconds. No, I'm not late. I'm just a little sweaty, and y'all can get to see all of the makings. Oh my goodness. Let's bring up brotherra.com. Thank you, Sean. Okay, we'll bring up brotherra.com. And actually, do you need to see that? You know, I'm a little... Hey, I hope y'all are tuned in and stay tuned in for those 14 minutes, or at least keep flicking back to check to see if I came on. Oh my goodness, did R.A. make it? Did he have a seizure? Is he there? Oh my God. No, I made it. I left the house a tad little late, and I'm in the house here at CCTV right now, and I will show you a Brother R.A. website, and I will catch my breath and discuss some of the things that I've been acknowledging and seeing in life after last week's show, after, yeah, we have a new president now. Trump. Can someone please, here, I'm going to put up the number. Call me and tell me, in what card game can you be trumped? That means you're a step better, you're a hand better. It's not 21, is it 5 cards, or, I don't know, but there's a card game where you can be trumped. And yeah, that's what happened to us. We got trumped. Yep. And, yeah, trumped. What card game is that? And what did I say last week? That, yeah, is it this one or that one? That's the close-up. Okay, as you can see the sweat drip off Brother R.A.'s head, because I just got in the house here at the TV station. And not only did we get trumped, but that individual seemed to have grabbed America by the kitty. Yep. And I'm a little upset by, I don't know, I just see things differently. I don't know, life is just something else. And the way things unfold in my life, the way things unfold, my chi, my energy, certain things reveal themselves at certain times. So I go to the library, and for some reason, these 2 DVDs are waiting for me. And yeah, I probably requested them, but they're there right after Trump gets elected. And then last night, girlfriend asked me, yo, turn on BET, turn on BET. And I turn on BET, and it's Black Entertainment Television celebration for Obama at the White House. And I just saw a movie dealing with Forrest Whitaker. Or I didn't see the movie, I saw the preview for Forrest Whitaker. called the butler or something like that. And he is the butler, the servant in the White House, was asked, did he have any political opinions or points of view? And he said no. And anything he seen or heard in the White House, he had to. So he couldn't discuss anything that he saw or heard at work. And then on BET, I see at the White House a music celebration. I watch, the rappers and so on and so forth paying homage to the black man president. So one black man to another black man who's the president of the United Snakes. These aren't states, these are snakes. The United Snakes of America. And so I watched it until they started showing a particular type of music that I feel has led black people to where we are today and not having self-esteem or self-confidence or believing in themselves. And, many people may disagree with me, so on and so forth, but gospel music is not to the benefit of black people, as far as I'm concerned. I know my sister doesn't like to hear that. I know many of my family members don't like to hear that kind of conversation because they're so wound up in Jesus Christ. And I know I was raised that particular way, believing that I needed the blood of Jesus to save my soul, and God would take care of his own. God would lead the way. Believe in the Savior. But as I've matured and as I've grown, I see that believing in an energy outside of oneself is not good. Believing in the energy within yourself is a whole lot better. And that's why I'm constantly discussing self-esteem and self-confidence. And I make reference to melanin-dominant people or black people being genetically superior to melanin-recessive inbred mutant albino with a calcified pineal gland. Yeah. Calcified pineal gland makes you a little more insensitive, can make you a little more cruel. So the wealthy families of the United Snakes of America have more people than a little bit believing in an energy outside of themselves, believing in an inbred mutant albino God or an inbred mutant albino Jesus. And my white girlfriend kept saying, well, Jesus, he's Jewish. He's Jewish. My question is, if somebody who's melanin dominant were to procreate with somebody melanin recessive, we would have a lot of light-skinned dark or light-skinned melanin dominant babies. So if a Jewish person were to have a baby with someone who's melanin dominant, the baby would still come out melanin dominant. Yes? So my argument isn't about the religion. It's about melanin recessive people conquering the minds of those who are melanin dominant. And so with the White House, the black man, it's okay for a black man to become president, but not okay for a white woman, because this society is too white male oriented and chauvinistic. And that was Free Angela Davis' argument or her defense against her kidnapping, conspiracy, and murder charges. Is the prosecution opened up with some fantastic, blah, 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 and she shot it all down just by retorting, defending herself as an intelligent black woman with a big afro, and said, oh, that sounds really nice and lovely. Oh, that was his argument. The prosecution's argument was that Angela Davis had done all of this for her love to free the black man that she was in love with. She was going to get him free. She would do anything to free that black man. And her defense was, oh, that sounds nice and lovely, but that sounds very chauvinistic. And all the white female jurors agreed with Angela and set her free. And where are we at today with the white man at the helm of the United Snakes of America, where he can grab America by the pussy and he can be a member of, they told me, well, that's what I'm hearing. I heard some white girl at Harvard discussing, well, I just hope he picks a good cabinet. And discussing the cabinet, here, let me show you this image real quick. This is, could have been your president. Is he a member of this organization? Is that him underneath that hood? The president of the United Snakes of America? This white male chauvinistic dominant with a calcified pineal gland mindset with his aggression. And so discussing Trump's cabinet, I was listening to BUR. I take the ride and they listen to the various stations. And I was listening yesterday and they were talking about how McDonald's began, the two brothers, and then they sold McDonald's to somebody who acknowledged that they bought a lot of his product, and he ended up paying 2-point-something million for McDonald's, and then turned it into a $1 billion industry by putting it on the stock market. And then he died, and then his wife left a lot of money to NPR. That's how they were able to, NPR and Goodwill, or one of those types of organizations that dealt with the low-income people. She wasn't all about the money per se. She was a little more compassionate and wasn't as profit-driven as her husband. And the other conversation that came up during that talk show is Trump would more than likely choose his family members who are also executives in Trump Towers and his business handlings. So it came up, would that be a conflict of interest that Trump's cabinet members be his family members that are running his corporation, and they're also consulting with him about running the nation? So corporation and the nation, is there a distinction in a Trump calcified pineal gland? And did we really get Trump with Obama in the White House and all those black motherfuckers serving a white Jesus or a white God or an energy outside of themselves? And that was the plan of the KKK or the wealthy few, to have melanin dominant people who are genetically superior with a balanced pineal gland, having liquid in the pineal gland or in the first eye, be a little imbalanced because they believe in an energy outside of themselves, as opposed to going within self and rectifying and balancing elements, balancing their environment. Are y'all capable or competent enough to comprehend what the fuck I'm saying? Or is this like, what the fuck is RA talking about? And then watching the Mac Daddy player, Mandela, oh my goodness, and Winnie put up with a lot. Winnie Mandela. I remember a little bit about Mandela. I remember I still, Mumia Abu Jamal, he's still incarcerated. Those strong, black-minded individuals incarcerated for thinking their thoughts and wishing to push more melanin-dominant people to reach their fuller limits, put down an energy outside of self and believe in self. Believe in who you are. Is that so difficult to do? Can you believe in raising your self-esteem and self-confidence? Even though you've endured several years of training of self-hate and miseducation. Yeah, I'm flying from the seat of my pants. 132. Yeah, in the White House, black people serving the white Jesus. Yeah, I think that's a little disturbing and upsetting, singing gospel songs, knowing the background we came from. RA, you should have voted. Voted why? It was already predetermined who was going to win the election. It's all about corporations and money. Who would best represent those who are wealthy, but somebody who's also wealthy? Someone like Trump. And he's a male. It's okay to get Obama in there for 8 years. He continued the mindset of the image you see. The KKK, believe in Whitey. Believe in an energy outside of yourself. How devastating, how much of a chess game has it been that we've endured? How devastating is it for Obama to be the president for 8 years and all the black people get up there and give him praise and homage and then start singing gospel songs and Jesus, serving an energy outside of self. And now we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving. What do you mean, R.A.? Thanksgiving? It's Thanksgiving. Columbus discovered America. Who was the first fucking immigrant, you dumbass? Oh, R.A., be more politically correct. You can't be that harsh. Did he not? Columbus, don't go out too far. You'll fall off the edge. They didn't know the world was round. Then his ass come over to the red man's land, who was also melanin dominant. I don't care. R.A.'s light skin. Yeah, look at the pale of the light. I'm still melanin dominant. If I were to fuck your white daughter, we'd have black babies. Is that the fear? Whoever's underneath that hood, if I were to fuck his daughter, we'd still have black babies. Is that the fear of the white man? Black people making the world all black again? Or melanin dominant? Is that why MIT and Harvard are studying so hard to understand DNA? Oh, Amgen, Biogen, Genzyme. Let's look at what is melanin domination? How can we have that? Where they've already figured out how to sculpt women's butts, get white women to have a black woman's butt, figured out how to cut fat out of the stomach. Is this a biogenetic war? Thanksgiving. Let's gather all the families together. Yes, let's observe a Thanksgiving. Yes, let's remember the day that Columbus went out too far, fell off the edge, and landed in the red man's land, who's melanin dominant, and then kill off all the red people, only leave a handful of red people, and then we'll make it a holy day or a holiday. Yes, we'll all have turkey, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese when melanin dominant people suck snot after eating dairy. Yeah, let's genetically get them that way. And then what I also heard in that WBUR report with NPR funding from, what's that boy's name that owned McDonald's? I don't remember white boys. I don't remember names. I understand the chess game. Think about the chess game. So, Obama was saying to Trump, think about Trump passed a bill where he allowed the immigrants to stay in the country, quote unquote, the immigrants. Like I said, who's the real immigrant? But those that came and had children here, it's okay for them to stay here under this bill that Obama passed. But now that Trump is in office, he may say that bill has expired and all the immigrants have to go back home. So is that a way for the wealthy to say, okay, niggas, get back on the ship and take your ass back to Africa? Is that a Thanksgiving or a thanks-taking? Thanks, you white man. Thanks for allowing us to stay here. We've overextended our stay. Now we'll take our ass back to, Africa. Thank you for the opportunity. Am I saying something wrong? Is my thought process askewed? Or do I just see things a little bit differently? And can you interpret what I'm perceiving and capable of sharing? Maybe not in the most polite way, but in a very direct manner. And what's really sad is, everyone's got their chip or their phone. Oh my God, I left my phone at home. Oh my God, I don't have my phone. I left my chip at home. I'm not walking around bugged. You don't know where I am. I get a little bit of freedom. But how free am I? Am I an immigrant even though I was born here? I mean, there are those that are on student visas that come here, they were born here, but that doesn't make them an American citizen because their parents weren't born here. But who's to say? I mean, it's just like in the Mandela flick, who are you to come into my house and put your hands on me and tell me what rules and laws I have to abide by? What made Angela have to run and be scared of her own government? Oh, that's right. This is a white male chauvinistic society where the white man is insecure and wants to be in control. Speaking of being in control, the Patriots lost, huh? Was that a battle between Kraft and the other owner of the Seahawks? Tom Brady threw that interception? Is it possible he has a chip in him? I won't go into sports, NFL stuff. I'll leave that alone. I just want to plant the seed of awakeness or consciousness or get you to start thinking outside the box. Start using your imagination. Some of these films, the screenplay writers, I mean, for me watching like Black Hat or Suits, yeah, Suits was really good. Got to learn to craft my argument. Black Hat, dealing with the digital world, showing the aggression of white male dominance. And then, Continuum, the timeline, the timeline, Continuum. Are we recycling? Do we already have access to a timeline? Can we be rooted and grounded and go centered into ourselves and go into a various age of who we are? I'm 54. Can I go back to 26? Can I reach a high enough level of relaxation? Being rooted and grounded? I went ahead and watched Dope, too. It's hard out here for a geek. Produced by Forrest Whitaker, who's in that other movie, The Butler. Who are we as black people? What direction are we headed in? What consciousness do we have? Are we aware? Do we as melanin dominant people tap in to the full aspects of, or tap into all aspects of who we are? Three rules. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I want to say it on air. Love is the first rule. Rule number 2 is very difficult for me. I'm always seeking to be a perfectionist. I want things to be exactly right. I need things to be done a specific or particular way to my liking. I don't know if that's my nana, my mother, or what. But rule 2 is don't stress yourself. Don't push yourself too hard, too much. And I constantly push myself too much. Working to reach minds of the masses. I must learn I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. I have the knowledge and information for you. I present it to you. But only you can ingest it, perceive it, translate it, figure it out for yourself. Three, don't be number one. See, 2 and 3 are very difficult for me. Don't push myself too much, and I always wish to be number 1 or be higher up in the rankings or have all the knowledge, all the information, or put it out there. But don't be number 1. Accept myself for who I am. Appreciate all aspects of my divinity within myself. I don't need your approval. I don't need to be number 1 for anybody. I need to learn to appreciate and accept who I am as a melanin-dominant black man with a liquid fluid pineal gland, and reach higher levels of energy, higher levels of chi. Since I have my Tao out, I'll go ahead and, as I typically do, just go ahead and open up. No, that has a, here. 338. Expression. There's nothing to paint anymore. We've seen everything from the classical to the absurd. There's nothing to write anymore. As many books are shredded as read. As many books are shredded as read. There's nothing to sing anymore. The once avant-garde is now background music. In a world where expression seems futile, it is hard to maintain creativity. But creativity is the primal impulse. Cave people painted on walls. Everyone's house had some image on display. Primitive scribes wrote records of their experiences. People still keep diaries. Early shamans sang. We still live with music. We cannot abandon creative expression in our daily lives, though it seems hard to come up with something new. The only way to fresh expression is to go deep within. In a sense, today's extreme pluralism eliminates the obligation to do the same as others. At one time, artists, priests, writers, musicians, and craftsmen were obligated to their feudal lords. Today, we're not constrained by hierarchical standards. We are free to commune directly with our inner callings. By coincidence, this mirrors a more sophisticated understanding of the divine. We are no longer in the position of supplication with what is divine. Rather, divinity is a quality from within ourselves. I guess that's very appropriate. I told you my chi and energy. I did not plan that. But after talking about Obama at the White House and the artists and their expressions, now can we take those expressions from those particular artists that performed at the White House, and can we make changes in today's hierarchical society where we are all looked upon as equal? No matter how much money you have, yes, I force people around me to pay me the money they owe, only because I'm stuck. I owe people, people owe me. But can we change that? Is there an expression? Is there creativity? Is there an imagination that can come from someone out there listening to these words? Can you go deep within yourself and say, hey, this is the change we as a community, a human community, we need to get rid of the white male chauvinism and the desire to rule and control and dominate the world and control minds, control research, control money. We can do better than that by accepting humanity for life. Any baby born, it's a human. Love that child, regardless of whether it's homeless. What was that NPR report talking about? You can't sleep in public parks, or you can't sleep in your car. You must have accommodations for yourself. You must be able to provide for... I mean, where are we headed? Can we go within and express the spiritual divine energy that we possess? Give of yourself. Can you convince the wealthy, the stock markets, to devalue money? No longer make it a value? Just make what's valuable and important is that you have the ability to if you have the ability to breathe a breath of air, you have the ability to drink clean, purified water, that is something exceptional. Can we get to be that simple, that basic? Thank you for watching, Brother R.A. That's all I had to say today. Y'all be good to yourselves and be good to life. Peace out. One love. One love, one love, one love.